what I'm saying? Where we at? You know? Yeah, brother. That's real. That's
Grown
real.
Man Podcast, y'all.
Come on, let's give it.
Grown Man Podcast.
The realest show.
Grown Man Podcast.
When you need to know.
Grown Men Podcast.
The realest show.
Grown Men
When
Podcast.
you need to know.
You know what it is. The
Grown Men Podcast.
Protect Our Head Ministries and Almond Raw Productions presents Grown Men Podcast. And I'm your host, Another Chance, with my co-host in the building, MJB, the God of Shaw, and my brother Free Cypher Allah. On this platform, we're going to politic about life's current events, family, real men, and knowledge, baby. So get ready, because in this hour is where we give you the tools to succeed for tomorrow. Grown Men Podcast. Let's go.
Grown Men Podcast.
We the realest show.
Grown Men Podcast.
When you need to know. Grown Men Podcast. We the realest show.
Grown Men Podcast.
Welcome. You're now tuned in to Grown Men Podcast. And I'm your host, Another Chance, live in the building. I got my co-host by my side, MJB,
The God of Shaw.
the God of Shaw. Also locked in with my brother, Free Cypher Allah. What's happening?
Peace.
I turn it down.
We backed up by the one and only gangster out of California.
Hey,
Gangster Corner. What's going
How
on,
you-
gangster?
oh man, another day, another dollar, man. How y'all doing today?
Oh, we feeling good, man. We feeling
Man,
good.
everybody's great.
Feeling great, man. Feeling great. Glad to be back in the building, man. Glad to be back in the building. Y'all know what time it is.
For sure.
Yes, sir. Glad to be back in the studio, man. How y'all boys doing, man?
Man, I'm surviving.
Surviving?
Yes,
You
sir.
doing better than that? You doing better than that?
Hey, man, I'm living. I'm all right. It's been a good week. Every day I wake up and can thank the Lord that I'm here. It's a good day, and
Yes, sir.
go on from there.
Before I begin this open floor, I just want to say thank y'all so much for tuning in and watching in. It's Grown Men Podcast every Tuesday night, 7:30 p.m. I'm going to go ahead and bring in our guests for the evening. For those that are familiar with us, if you are a fan of Protect Our Head Ministry as well as Army Raw Productions and Another Chance, you've been keeping up with us, then you know what's going on. This gentleman that we're bringing in tonight, he was on our radio show a year ago, almost a year ago, from WOKB 1680. Former detective, retired now of human trafficking out of Orlando, Florida. Retired former detective, Mr. Maurice Edwards. Y'all be so kind of welcome him.
All right.
My brother, Maurice Edwards. What's going on, bud? How you doing, sir?
Hey, everybody! I'm glad to be here again.
All right.
Yes,
See
sir.
y'all.
Well, welcome back. Thank you so much for joining us. How you been?
I've been all right. I see y'all made some improvements. Last time I was in the studio, so this is different, I think. But it's good. to
Yeah,
see
this is
you
much
guys.
different than the radio show. Although we keep what's going, this is a little different. Pretty much the same layout, a little bit more relaxed. Basically, last year when we was on the show, we brought in a detective. It was a pretty good show. So tell us a little bit about yourself before we get into the show.
Yeah. Like I said before on the last show, I'm a former human trafficking detective out of Seminole County, Which Seminole County, Florida, is located. I'm sure you guys are aware, adjacent to Orange County in Orlando. And I was a human trafficking investigator for over 8 years in Seminole County, the lead human trafficking investigator. And many years I fought human trafficking and made a difference in many lives. The short version of it.
Yes, sir.
That's good.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. It's definitely making a difference, man. It's definitely making a difference, man. It's this is the 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 truth of actually seeing one person make a difference, man. I've seen this gentleman, dive his whole life, his whole career into, human trafficking, and he's making a difference, man. You can tell. So that's why I bring you upon the stage, and I want to put you out there because I think what you're doing is awesome, and more people need to be aware of the human trafficking as well as aware of your success and what you're doing, brother, because it's an awesome thing that what you're doing. So now you're retired, and tell us a little bit about what's going on with that.
Yeah, so after many years of law enforcement and doing everything that I can in order to come back and fight human trafficking, not only in the state of Florida, but throughout the country, I decided to, well, how can I say this? I didn't decide to retire early, but the company who I work for here in DC decided to reach out to me and retire me early. So, so they gave me a great offer to not only now fight human trafficking like I did locally, but now I fight human trafficking nationally. And how I fight human trafficking nationally is I represent a company called National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. And what we do is I'm a supervisor over the child sex trafficking team, and we provide the analytical backing for all law enforcement throughout the country, from Secret Service, military, FBI, Homeland Security, DOJ, Department of Justice. So every local law enforcement all over the country, we provide the analytical backing for them in order to they can be successful with fighting human trafficking. And so we do that with them, and we also attend all the Super Bowls, any kind of large scale events to back law enforcement to fight human trafficking.
That's
awesome.
a good thing, man. It's a good thing.
That's awesome, man. Now
That's a powerful position to be in. Yeah.
Well, it's so it's only as you make it, right? So if fighting human trafficking on a local level, we had I remember many years ago when we had our first case, we didn't really know what we had. We knew we had a juvenile child that was being sold constantly and used and abused and being sold by many traffickers, and also being bound by another human being. See, human trafficking been around for a very long time, forever, right? They either glorified it or so anytime you can exploit a human being. So basically, anytime you can exploit a human being, you can exploit them by financial gain or some type of monetary gain. That's been around forever, right? But one thing that people was overlooking when you look at the glamour of pimping, one thing people were overlooking that children are being bought and sold. You look at the adults thinking that they want to be in that lifestyle, but we forget about the children that's been sold constantly and moved around, into sex slavery. So once I had my first case, I never looked back. When I rescued a survivor, I rescued a young child that was being sold by her pimp, and then this 14-year-old child tell me that she had sex with over 22 guys in one day, and all the money went straight to the pimp, to a guy who didn't do anything, but beat her or just forced her into it in some cases. Did that change you, right? So I never looked back after that. And every time I saw a case and every time we got a case, we continue to fight for survivors.
That's awesome, man.
You've been doing a good job, bro.
Awesome.
Good job, bro.
Thank you.
Awesome, man. That's awesome, man. I think more people need to be aware about what's going on. It's definitely seems like it's behind doors because a lot of people don't even know that it exists, but it's out there, man. It exists. It's out there.
That's a sad case.
Let me
It's
unmute that. There we go. Yeah, so I think it's a wonderful thing that what you're doing, Detective. I think it's an awesome thing that you're now doing this on a higher scale. So what that means is now you have more
access.
backing, more access. You have more backing. You have more you have more backing, it's going to allow you to make a bigger impact in this human trafficking era. So that's awesome, man. I think it's awesome, man. I tip my hat off to you, brother.
Yeah, man, that's awesome thing you're doing, man. Straight up, man.
And you guys know that. So a little fact about human trafficking and the sale of a human being. So in 2000, the federal law was passed to call it that. I'll try to make it basic for you, but the law was passed in 2000. The federal law was passed in 2000 that mandate and give us the ability to call what the sale of a human being what it is, which is human trafficking. And so at first we was arresting people for like under the pimping statute, right, which is soliciting someone and profiting off that person. So we was arresting people for that, which wasn't a life
Right.
felony. So in 2000, the federal law was passed to help us fight human trafficking and to call it what it is, which is human trafficking.
Mm-hmm.
So
It's a bigger penalty. It's a
Yes,
bigger penalty.
exactly.
Yeah.
It's a bigger penalty, and
Mhm.
so that really helped us, fight human trafficking further. And here in the United States, people thought it was overseas, like that movie Taken or whatever, right? That's what they thought it was. But what I'm particular in speaking about is in reference to domestic human trafficking, which is domestically people are being bought and sold, and labor trafficking too. And the difference in between human trafficking, you got two kinds. You got labor, right, and you got sexual, right? Those the main two. And but people get confused with that and smuggling, right? When you smuggle somebody, for example, when you smuggle someone into the United States, if you smuggle someone into the United States, that's a whole other crime. So I'm charging you with smuggling that person. Now, once you get here to the States, what are you gonna do to that person, right? You're gonna force them into labor, a law violation. You're gonna not pay them. You're gonna threaten them. You're gonna coerce them, right? So what are you gonna do with them? Or you're gonna sell them off for sex trafficking, right? So that's a whole nother charge. So you got the smuggling charge, and then when they get here, what are you doing with them? And then you got the labor trafficking or the sex trafficking. So those are the two different. So people can understand the difference in those two.
Okay. And you guys have any questions for former Detective Edwards?
Nah, man, I'm just, glad these people out there that's, concentrating on that particular crime, that field, because, it's a cold game, man. That's a cold game. And some of them kids get snatched up, man, and put out there, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about really out there. Most think it's cold now, boy. They ain't playing no games when it comes to that. You know what I mean? Because that's how they get their hustle and their money on. So, just like, pimping. They're pimping a kid, man. They nigga deserve to be under the jail.
Well, I was talking to somebody about it the other day, and I was saying, you have to be aware that it's not just the children that these people are taking. It's human trafficking. It ain't children.
Right.
Men, women, kids. They're taking whoever they can get access to.
How you gonna take a man?
And so,
Hey, they take them. They going for labor. They going for labor trafficking though.
You going
so
for that? Cypher, you going for that?
Yeah, men get
I'm
tricked.
saying, Cypher.
Men, listen.
Cypher. Cypher.
Listen.
Cypher.
Hold on. Before you ask me as I'm going for that, just remember, we got here by a particular way.
But you wouldn't have went for that? You would have went for that? Way back then? No.
Okay, hold on. We talking about me.
Yeah.
We talking about me. Yeah, but I ain't in the situation that these other people.
I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying, it's kind of hard
You know
to
what I
take a
mean?
man, man.
I ain't never wanted to self-good.
I'm just saying, man. It's hard to take a man. That's all. I mean,
but this what okay, well check this out. I remember I had once upon a time one of my brothers had basically almost was into some damn it was almost human trafficking. Trying to follow the seasons. Trying to go on these far towns trying pick fruit and stuff like that. You know what I'm talking about when I say on the season and these little camps and stuff.
Yeah. I know all about that.
So a man will fall for it, thinking that he finna get something. He get more gold and silver in return if I go this route here, not knowing what's really in store for him.
All right, I'm saying I can understand that, but ain't no, I'm not getting to him.
Well, yeah, I mean,
I don't look bad on nobody that happened to. Don't get it twisted. I'm just trying to make light of the situation.
Yeah. We understand. We understand, gangster. We understand where you're coming from.
I don't wish nobody get caught up like that. But I'm saying, stand up in the paint.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. This thing is crazy, man. What were you about to say on that? That was
so human trafficking is a multi-billion dollar industry, and the reason why it's so lucrative is because, for example, if you buy a kilo, right? You buy 1 kilo, right? You take 1 kilo, and you got that 1 kilo, and you take that. What do you got to do? So you cut it up, you sell it, right? You cut it up, you sell it individually, and so on, right? When you finish with that, what do you got to do? You got to buy some more, right?
Go get another one.
You got to get another one. You cut it up, you sell it, right? For human trafficking, the reason it's so lucrative is because when you take one female, what's your cost? You take the same person and sell it over and over and over again, right?
Yeah.
You get condoms from the health department that's free, and then you get these cheap beat up hotels that mean nothing, that cost nothing, and you make all the profit, right? And you take that one lady or one young boy, and you take them and you sell them over and over and over again. You don't have to re-up. You use the same product over and over again. That's why I make more money than drugs. Using the same product over and over again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
that's some sad stuff, man.
That's a cold game, boy.
Man, that's why I also saw something earlier today on Facebook. I was strolling and they had a commercial on there where a gentleman was portraying as if he was a kidnapper. He would pull up to a school and say, "Hey, girls, y'all come and get in the car. Your mama told me to pick you up." And they came and got in the car. He drives down the street and he says, "I got y'all on camera. Y'all know better than getting in the car with a stranger. This is a prank. You should never done this, blase squaze." And it's got like millions of views and whatnot. And the guy's just basically going around teaching people.
Actually, he should get arrested.
Hey, but at the same time, it seems as if the kids wasn't listening to their parents.
Apparently they wasn't. They jumping in the car with a stranger.
That's what I'm saying. So it's like
I don't care. He come around Orlando with that. He going to jail.
I don't know where
I'm not saying. I'm not saying allow him to get away. No, catch him and do what you need to do.
I'm just saying, he come playing in Orlando. It ain't no ifs, ands, or maybes. He come playing them pranks in Orlando. He's going to jail. He's going to jail.
Straight to 33rd.
That's crazy.
He going to spend the night. They going to check him out thoroughly.
More than a night.
You hear this podcast, dude?
Who authorized you to do
come to Orange County with that foolishness.
Yeah. They gonna have something to say about that.
They hooked up the satellites and everything. They got DNA samples. You know what I'm talking about? So hey, play with it.
I just want to take a minute, man, and pause for the call and say thank y'all so much for tuning in, man. You watching Grown Men Podcast, the realest show when you need to know.
For sure.
I'm gonna bring in some. Take a pause for the calls. We kind of fell over.
Man, it's a freestyle Tuesday. What you talking about?
It's an open floor. That's how we get
open floor. We don't want to hear about that.
Before I move to the current event, before I move to the next segment, I want to just throw out some real quick, some announcements and some shout outs. I want to give a shout out to Hidden Truth Podcast, Ashland, Germany, doing her thing in Dallas, Texas. Keep doing your thing. I also want to give a shout out to my man G Money from Orlando, Florida. G Money, Greg Turner. He has a podcast, Cocktails and Cigars. Shout out to them boys. And we also want to give a shout out to my cousin Ed Johnson doing Speak My Peace podcast up there in Atlanta, Georgia, man. God bless you guys. Y'all keep doing what y'all doing. Keep up the good work. We also Protect Our Head Ministry. We have a quick layout for this year. Gangster, you need to stay tuned. Next month, July, we have a concert here at the church, High Power Miracle of Faith, down on 1208 West Central, downtown Orlando, Florida. We do that every year. You definitely want to come out and support us. It's a lot of fun, a lot of blast of fun. We meet real good people. August 6th, we have a backpack giveaway for those who are less fortunate. August 6th of this year. We do this every year. We're having a backpack giveaway. Last year, we raised over $300. So God bless you guys who donated. Much love and respect. We appreciate you. We're going to try to double that this year and give somebody something that they can't afford. Amen. And we also have a church anniversary coming up at the end of the year. Our Productions is a big part of that. So we got a lot of wonderful things coming up. We'll keep you guys posted on that. And that's all I have. If all hearts and minds are clear, I keep it moving, man.
Yes, sir.
Keep it moving.
Today's current events.
Today's current events. This evening, we're doing it a little bit different. We really don't. We have a couple of things to touch on. I'm gonna start with Free Cipher. We'll bring up a few different things, and Free Cipher will enlighten us on some good stuff. So Free Cipher, I'm gonna bring up these shots here, and I'm gonna start.
Waiting on you. Yes, sir. Today, what we doing is we gonna honor a real Orange County legend. Oh, hold on. My bad. Not an Orange County. It's a Central Florida legend because he has made a positive impact in every city he done been in.
Okay. What is his name?
I thought it was a slideshow, so I can keep on talking.
Well, what is his name?
Okay, his name is. He has a million names. His name is one and only Glenn Redding Sr. For those of y'all who might not know him as a person, I guarantee you know his children.
Yeah, for sure.
Gangster shaking his head. He must know who he is.
I'm saying,
his sons, my partners, Glenn and Chance and Red.
Yeah.
Oh, Chance sound familiar.
Yeah. That's
you see what I'm saying? This is their dad. This is their dad. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. He graduated from Jones when that first picture y'all seen is when he had graduated from Jones and went on to play basketball for Bethune.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? But he been known in Orange County as a coach, a father, a brother.
Uh-huh.
All of them look alike. All of them look alike.
Yes, sir. But to me, the reason why I'm honoring him today, he is my therapist.
Okay.
See, you had asked me earlier, another chance, where was I 9/11?
Yeah.
When 9/11 went down, I was in his garage talking to him, going through a session. I was venting to him about the events that took place on 9/10.
Okay.
When I got through, he just looked at me and said, okay. So now what you gonna do? Got it all cleared up. Now what you gonna do? This is the one that made me go to school.
Okay.
Cause he sat here and he said, listen. I said, I'm gonna get a job. He said, listen, I'm gonna be straight up with you. Getting the job ain't what you need. Getting the job ain't gonna do you what you want to be done for you. You see what I'm saying? What you need to do is go get in school. Find you something that you want to do and go learn how to do it. Mm-hmm. My response to him was this. Man, don't you know I'm a violent, convicted felon? These people don't want me in their school systems.
Mhm.
He looked at. He said, "Have you tried to get in school? Have you even went down there and talked to anybody?"
Right.
Only thing I just said, "No." That's just the way I feel, sir.
Uh-huh.
That's the wrong way to feel. I'm telling all you convicted fellas that's going out here trying to get jobs and it ain't working out for you. You're always on that low level paying job. The best thing you can do for yourself is to invest in yourself by getting you an education.
Mm-hmm.
Showing these people that you are willing to change by going through the process of learning a career,
Mm-hmm.
having your paper trail. Because once you go into the prison system and you done did X amount of years and you go and fill out your little application and you got big gaps in your work history, they know what time it is.
Right.
So you got to go back and show them that hey, this is what I have done to prove that I'm out here to stay this time.
Mm-hmm. That's
So
real.
my advice to anybody is to get you a career, get your education in that career, so that you don't have to worry about trying to find a job.
Mm-hmm.
You will have your job with you at all times.
Yeah,
that's right.
It's a hands-on. When you get your education, get your tools.
Okay, that's it. That's it.
Tell them
Don't
again.
try to wait until you done got all you out of school and now you want to go and buy all your tools and stuff. No, you learn how to use it, you go and get it.
That's
once
real.
Once you master that tool, you go and get it.
Right.
That's right.
Right.
That's right.
You go and get it. So you have it with you. These
That's
are the keys to your success.
That's
And I
real.
ain't just talking to the convicted felons. I'm talking to all of y'all out here.
That's real.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
All
Right.
of y'all out here.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? Because we all can need it.
That's right.
We all need an education.
Yeah.
That's real.
Yeah.
I can't do nothing but agree with you on
Yeah.
that, Cypher.
You have to.
Back,
Yeah.
back to my brother, Mr. Baldhead, Glenn
Yes, sir.
Redden Sr.
Yes. Yes, sir.
I appreciated that advice. I'm glad you still call and check up on me. Make
That's
sure I'm
good.
doing the right thing. Peace, my brother.
No, but love and respect
Yeah,
on that.
for
That's
real.
what's up, Free Cypher. That's what's up.
I got to say rest in power to my brother Chance.
Yeah, man. One time. Chance. Yeah. For sure.
Absolutely.
Yes.
What's up on that, man? That's what's up on that. Anything going on in California that you want to talk about? Current event?
I ain't really. No, not really, bro. That's the same old thing. I got.
Anything that people need to know?
Not really. I mean, it's beautiful out here. That's all I can say. Sunny weather. I love it.
What's going on in the Capitol? Detective.
Say it again.
In Washington.
They had there's always something going on in DC. I was downtown. I was by the Capitol. Well, actually, I was in front of the Capitol, and they had, we had they're having March for Your Life rallies. Are you guys familiar with that?
No, first time I heard that. March for Your Life.
Yeah. And so what that is, the march is for. It was thousands and thousands of people out there. It was crazy, and they had congresswomen and congressmen speaking. It was tons of people, but the whole point of it and purpose of it was for gun violence in schools and for gun safety and stricter laws on guns. So it came after the shooting that we recently had in Texas. Middle school shooting that we had. The elementary school shooting we had in Texas. So it came after that. So the rally was in reference to that. So they had that going on, and they have another rally going on this weekend in reference to the impeachment Trump in reference to the Capitol. So that's what's going on in DC. They have tons of things going on, but the gun violence, the gun law one was a huge event they had last week.
Okay. That's what's up. That's what's up, man. Well, we keep it moving, man. If all hearts and minds are clear, I know how we do. We'll keep it moving, man. Y'all tune in to Grown Man Podcast. I do want to say thank you to all the viewers for tuning in. We appreciate you. You could be anywhere else, but you tune in to Grown Man Podcast. Take a little bit of knowledge and a little bit of peace with you to pass on to something. We'll take a quick pause for the calls. Move right along to the next segment.
Family and relationships.
Family and relationships. One of my favorite segments. Gives us an opportunity to get in tune with our family, friends, and loved ones, and let them know how we feel, what we're thinking, and what we think can improve your life, your situation, and whatnot. So that's how we do on this segment of family and relationships. I'll go ahead and open it up. I just want to say God bless everyone's family and whatnot, and be mindful that every interaction with each human being is a relationship, even if it's a short one. So make use of it. Do something different. Open the door for someone. Let them pass it on. Do the opposite. I always try to tell people to hold on a second here. I always tell people to try to be the giant in the situation, because I'm always trying to tell myself, be the giant in the situation. Help me focus on change. Help me being a better person and reacting differently, and, responding differently. Change. When you change your mind, it helps you kind of respond to different things differently.
You change the format of your energy. This is what we are made. Some people call it spirit. I call it energy. Mm-hmm. Which way you flowing?
Mm-hmm. I'm with you. My energy is flowing positive. I'm flowing creativity is what I always try to instill into people. Use your creativity while you're here, while you got the opportunity.
And your imagination.
And your imagination is pretty much works hand in hand.
Now see, some people don't even understand the imagination. I'm gonna just say the dream state. Everybody that had a dream, that's your imagination.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So to bring this to the forefront of those, just like my brother who started out as a sheriff in a local town, who's now doing his dream as far as becoming more interactive with human trafficking. But as he started out, he was just a regular sheriff, and now he's actually focusing on another realm of law enforcement, and he's making a difference with it at the same time. So what he's doing is using that energy, using that creativity
and imagination,
his imagination, and he's making a change. And this is what we're encouraging you to do, as a listener, as we are encouraging ourselves as well.
Yeah, you have to see it for yourself in order to know that it works. So it worked for me a certain way. It may work for you a different way.
Absolutely.
Just try to use it in a good way. Absolutely. It's all flowing. It can't stop flowing. It is the source that calls everything to be. Mm-hmm. So you got to figure out how to move within it.
Use that energy.
There you go.
Use that energy. Talk to God. Well, I'm not going to give away all my beans, but it's important to talk to God. I'm going to say this. If you talk to God more, it'll change the way you talk to people. And I'm going to leave it at that. Let y'all.
All right. Meditate on that.
Meditate on that. Family and relationships. What y'all boys talking, man? Don't all y'all speak at one time now.
I ain't got nothing to say.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah, I seen it. But yeah, you know, family relationships. You know, the family's big with me, man. You already know that, man. I mean, I live and die for my family, man, and they got my back, man. I mean, you know, most of them, you know, my family. I mean, I think to me, I got a different family, man, because, you know, I mean, very rare do we bicker and argue and stuff. I argue more with my, you know, my immediate, you know, like my little brother than anybody else in the world, you know. Yeah. Man, that dude go at it all the time. But other than that, man, my family tight, you know, tight together. We get together, you know, we had good times with each other, you know.
Hey, you know that you know that 4th of July coming up, boy. Y'all finna
yeah, we're gonna be hanging out. Yeah, for sure. I mean, we get together and have a good time, man, and you know, shoot, my aunties, they so real good to me.
Let me ask you this, gangster. You keep in contact with your family on a regular basis every day or every week? How you
What you mean out here?
Well, no, I'm talking about in Florida. You got family in Florida.
Yeah. I talk to Terrell and Mike, my mom and them all the time, man. What you think?
That's what's up.
Yeah, all the time. Yeah, I know. I'm just saying we tight, dog. You know, we because when we first came from California, it wasn't nothing but us. You know what I'm saying? And then my auntie came down there. Auntie Sherry came a little while later. You know what I'm saying? And had a couple more cousins. You know, but it was just us. You know, us as a family. That was it. You know, the rest of our family was here and spread out, you know, through the United States. But I got a huge family, man, and I mean, I could truly say that I know they got my back, man. They make sure I'm all right. I'm in my auntie's house right now. You know what I mean? For real.
That's what it's about. That's what it's about. That's what it's about.
Yeah, man.
This is a one-time trip.
Yeah. My mama's sister's good to me, man. Straight up.
Yeah. You talking about your auntie?
Yeah, my mama's sister and her brothers. They good to me too, man. You know what I mean? Straight up, man. I love them to death.
You be good to them. That's what's up.
I don't know what I do without them. Straight up. Yeah. And my big head cousins. I love them. For real.
That's good, man.
You love the one that you fighting with.
Yeah, the one I'm arguing with. Yeah, that's why I ain't touched him.
Yeah. Y'all.
You know me, man. You know what I mean? You know me.
Yeah.
You know, that's why I ain't touched him. I love it. You know?
That's what's up.
And I promised my mom I wouldn't do nothing to her.
Right.
So, that's, you know, yeah, man, but, you know, he make me mad enough, boy, I don't want to get on him, boy.
That's what's up,
yeah.
Man.
But it won't prove nothing, man.
Yeah. Any of y'all else got anything y'all want to say regarding family relationships before we keep it moving?
Peace
in the Middle East.
I'm saying, the sheriff. I mean, the retired deputy. That's your brother?
That's my real live brother, man.
Yeah, I knew that, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, I see Edwards. I don't know if you know, man, but I go way back with your two brothers, man. They're my partners, man. You cats been my partners for a long time, man. For real, man.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
That's real, man. That's real. Family is important, man. That's why I try to call my brother every day, let him know I love him.
Yeah,
for sure. Let him know I'm thinking about him. I hope he okay out there in that big old city. You know, I keep in contact with those who I think is important, and we got to do more of it. You know, nobody's perfect. You know what I'm saying? You know, we all lack. We gotta be better. You know, as long as you strive for it, you're moving in the right direction, man. I just want to say thank you so much for tuning in to all the viewers, to all the listeners, to all the watchers. Love you.
Appreciate you.
We're gonna pause for the calls for a real minute. Pay some bills.
Almond Ron Productions, a mobile production company established in 2020 by the God of Shaw, aka MJB. Since 1995, some of the artists that I work with are Mr. C, Another Chance, Will the Voice, Chopper Boy, Fame 1 Million, and Theory Cheery, and many more. So if you're looking for a good production at a reasonable price, then hit the God of Sharp at 407-283-1825. Gmail, the God of Sharp 45 at gmail.com. Linktree, the God of Sharp. Facebook, the God of Sharp.
Hey, tell me, Lord, can you feel my pain? Still bad religion 7 days a week, man. Hey, tell me, Lord, can you feel my pain? Are you raising nation up on COVID-19? Tell me, Lord, can you feel my pain? With this wicked virus, it hit the state, man. Yeah, 19 Entertainment, Mr. C. Feel like that world is on my shoulder. Everybody's in it trying to get over. I'm tired of shedding them tears for my friends. Stuck in the midst of this hell that I'm in and you in.
Beats by the God of Sharp.
Orange kinda like Orlando. Central Florida, hang from the street, bro. Vitamin C is Mr. C. Thugwood, aka bald head to see. All pumping in the Orange County pump on the streets. What you say? I'm on the plane, old worldwide TV. Oh.
If it's time for a treat, it's time for Melted Morsels by Nicole. Only the finest ingredients are used in these tasty pastries, bite after satisfying bite. Baked with love and methods passed down from generation to generation, there's a morsel for every occasion, whether cakes, pies, cookies, or any decadent goodies in between. Melted Morsels has the fix for your sweet tooth. Go to www.meltedmorsels.com or call 407-536-0708. Melted Morsels by Nicole. Sweets, anyone?
Whether it's the cat or something you would see.
That I'm using today, man, is something that's built up over the years of time through my past and my history, you know. So the person that's right now is the person who God has allowed me to still be here. So I'm trying to give it back to him.
You check that head.
I believe if I trust in God that He would make me whole. I believe cause I feel it flowing deep down in my soul. No one can tell me any differently. It's something that He has orchestrated for me.
To my nephew, great cause, man. Getting donations for Hurricane Idol, man. So we came off to drop off some water, trying to build 13s out here. They doing their thug business, y'all.
I believe if I trust in God that He would make me whole. I believe cause I feel it flowing deep down in my soul. No one can tell me any differently. It's something that He has orchestrated for me.
645 West South Street, right on the corner of Pamphor and South Street. Book bag, materials for school, for the children. Come on up, we got free book bag, free food, free everything.
goal is to change poverty, man. You change your mind, change poverty, man. Our goal is to infect the youth with the truth. That's our goal, man. You're now tuned in to Grown Man Podcast every Tuesday night at 7:30. We got 2 more segments to go through, and we're gonna run through these segments like we normally do. Our next segment will be building morale.
Back to what you were saying earlier, building, well, for us, building more real men and having real women.
That's right.
Because some of these women, hey man, I ain't gonna lie, some of it I like, but some it's wrong. But hey, some of them ratchet, but it's funny.
What you're saying is we need real women,
real
as much as we need real men.
Yeah,
I'm with you, because they both will affect the society.
Yeah,
the more real positive influences we have in our youth's lives, the better the society will have. So that's our goal, man. Grown Man Podcast.
I see that a little bit different.
Go ahead, Cypher.
Due to the fact, you know what I mean, that like I grab my earth void without shape. You see what I'm saying? And molded it into what I wanted it to be.
Okay.
That's why I say I'm the maker and the owner of my earth.
That's real.
Mm-hmm.
So therefore, she ain't have to come to me ready. But it's my duty to make sure that she get ready. You got to make it to your likeness, to what you gonna like. You don't want something that's already casting light from another sun. You see what I'm saying? Because she got it all already. She telling you what to do now. I understand some of us like that. We want to be told and bossed around. You know what I mean? But no, that ain't the natural order.
No, it's not. And you know what? For her, that if she knows, she will fall in place. It will run smoothly. You know what I'm saying? Neither one will step out their boundaries because they love each other.
It's a team. See? It's a team effort.
Yeah,
I understand that. Can't do nothing.
Yeah, I mean, but the thing, like, you got to realize where we going to get these women. You see what I'm saying? Where we getting them at now?
Right.
So you can't expect them to be too much.
You're right now, because society.
You know what I mean?
Listen,
they just as far down in the gutter as we are.
Hey, it's hard to find one that's really about their business. You know,
that's why as a man, as the leader, as long as you buy yours, as long as you buy that, you shining that light, she gonna reflect that light.
There it is. There's right. Sun and moon.
Reflect that light.
That's real, man. That's real.
Come on with it, God.
Well, we gonna have to keep having men right. The men got to get right.
Yeah,
that's right. Mandatory.
That's what's gonna get the woman right.
That's right. That's right.
Or the woman in your life right.
It might sound like he ain't saying nothing, but he's saying a whole lot right about now. You want to listen. This is very important. This will make your life so much easier and so much simpler, because the stronger and more positioned you are, the easier that water will flow.
There it is. She represents that. She represents the moon energy. It controls the ocean. So she's the feminine aspect. It'll flow, like you said. There it is.
There it is. Like you've been saying for the past few weeks. As it is in heaven, so shall it be on earth.
So shall it be on earth.
All right.
You see what I'm saying? You got the
Most
sun,
of the time.
stars. You got the sun, moon, and stars in the heavens. I'm the sun. My earth is the moon, and our seeds is the stars.
Come on with it.
On this level, on this plane.
That's real.
You see what I'm saying? As it is in heaven, so shall it be on earth. And we all know that the moon don't have its own light. The moon ain't doing nothing but reflecting the sunlight.
Look like we got a caller calling in, guys.
So therefore, Only thing the moon can do is reflect the light that she is given.
Mm-hmm.
If you done been with this woman for X amount of time, and she's still in the same spot as she was when you met her, you might want to check yourself.
Okay.
And see if your light dim. See if your light the one that's dim that can't get cast and reflected.
You saying a handful of
You dropping that
this.
science, boy.
You telling them, you giving them a handful of this. Y'all better pay attention.
Hey, check yourself. That's real, God.
That's we got to.
That's real, man. Go ahead, Gacy.
Oh no, I wasn't saying nothing. I agree with that. You know, but sometimes, you know, no matter how strong the man is, you know, some chicks just don't act right. You know what I mean? No matter what you do,
you got masculine-minded chicks. You got masculine-minded chicks.
You know, but you know, I mean, that's why most people have more than one relationship. You know what I mean? Because you know you got to.
Ain't nothing wrong with that either. But see, now I'm gonna tell you something about this here. With the multiple, it ain't nothing wrong with it as a man, as long as you're dealing in equality in all of it. You should understand, you can't have one sitting in a 4-bedroom house and the other one staying on a mama couch.
See?
You see what I'm saying? You got to be able to provide equally.
And that's the majority. That's the majority of those relationships.
And then, if you're dealing in equality, everybody know about everybody.
Let's say everybody know what, Cypher?
The whole part about dealing in equality, that means that everybody know about everybody.
Yeah, but
see the other stuff that's what we got to get away from.
What I was saying is I was just saying in a strictly monogamous relationship, I'm saying some chicks just don't act right, just like some dudes just ain't gonna act right. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you know, it's just, you know, it's a cold game too. You know what I mean? Because sometimes, you know, every man, we done gave our heart to a chick and she done kicked across the street.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying?
But that's all. Hey, listen, that's gonna be the last one.
That's part of the game.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. That's wrong. You know what I'm saying? That's how we grow. That's how we grow as men. You know what I'm saying?
I want to get Elwood's opinion on all this, y'all. What you think about that, Elwood?
So so I'm trying to be careful with my words.
Right.
You know, for the listeners' purposes. But so Gangsta, you were saying that it go both ways, right? That you're trying to say that it's women who also can be just as manipulative as the male can, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So I agree with both of you guys. But in my experience, you know, in life lessons, you can look at it both ways. You can look at it as if each situation is totally different. It all depends on if two people are on the same agreement and living the same type of lifestyle. Because me and my ex-wife to this day are best friends. I mean, my ex-wife and I are extremely close, you know, and we did an amazing job raising our daughter. Our 20-year marriage, I never raised my voice to her. I never disrespected her, not one time. Never will. She's the mother of my child.
Right.
As the mother of my child, she's supposed to be respected as the highest. So therefore, I never felt the need to ever disrespect the mother of my child. Because if I do, then what I'm setting an example for my daughter, right?
Thank you.
So those are foundations that we all should try to live by to build a stronger relationship within your family, right? Our relationship didn't work out. We grew apart. We had different agreements. We just didn't work out. We got married extremely young, right? So, but that doesn't mean we're not friends. We're not close. You know,
right.
That bond will always be there. right?
Yeah.
So it doesn't mean you got to hate each other. A lot of people, I'm talking about people was coming from all over, and they still do. They don't understand the concept on why you still, like, why you give her half of this, why you gave her half, like, why did you give her like all of that, you know? I said, because she deserved it. She was there with me when I was out there fighting human trafficking cases. She was holding it down. So when I was away working 23 hours a day, she was holding it down, right? So she deserved half of my pension, and I gave her half of my pension without hesitation. She didn't ask for it. She didn't even want it. I said, you deserve that because you were fighting. You were taking care of the house when I was out there killing myself. So those things are important because it come back in one big circle, right?
That's real.
One big circle. So you can't try to screw someone over your mate, or you can't try to screw them over in the short term because in the long term it would affect you for the rest of your life.
That's right.
And you know what? That goes to the
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. You pretty much bringing it. You and Cypher pretty much bringing us right in to that last segment of the evening. Y'all bringing us right into that last segment of the evening with y'all comments. We sure appreciate it. We're gonna go right into the last segment of the evening so we can close this show out.
Knowledge, wisdom, understanding.
One of our most sacred segments of the evening. We won't spend too much time on it, but y'all know how we do, man. Knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. Knowledge, wisdom, and understanding is a segment where we try to give you guys a little bit of our heart, a little bit of our history, a little bit of our knowledge, our wisdom that we've learned, and pass it on. And hopefully you can take the detour route, go past our mistakes, and accomplish your goals without the failures. You know, that's the goal. So I'm gonna just touch on it real fast. Do you guys got any? Matter of fact, I'm gonna say mine for last. I'm gonna let y'all go first with y'all bit of wisdom and knowledge to the listeners and viewers. If you got something positive you want to say to the listeners and viewers, as basic as it could be, or whatever the case may be, the floor is open. The floor is yours.
Well, I just want to say to all y'all out there that's listening, just pay attention to yourself, pay attention to the way you move, pay attention to what come back from the way you move. So that's all I gotta say. Just be real with yourself. Be real with yourself. That's it.
Well, what has taught you to be real with yourself?
I got tired of getting bumps and bruises. Shoot, I look like. Why I gotta be phony when I can be myself and be at peace? Because I know my circle.
Mm-hmm.
I know what I want in my circle.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I am in control of that circle. You see what I'm saying?
So you was able to. So what you did was you took the experience off of those bumps and bruises, and you learned. Say, hey, I can't go that route. I got to go this route.
Hey, we all learn in some shape, form, or fashion. Yeah. Some people was probably doing drugs and got put in jail too many times. Hey, man, I'm tired of that. Mm-hmm. So, hey, we all live and learn. This is how are we gonna stick to it? See, that's the key. Yeah. Are we gonna uphold it?
Yes, I mean, if you're still breathing here today, you're alive and well, you have something that you should be doing.
Yeah, that's
you have a purpose.
Yeah.
And your goal is to find out what that purpose is. Y'all go ahead and take over. Y'all take off. My subject is not even on none of that, but go ahead, y'all.
Well, my subject ain't either, but I get right to it then. I mean, since we're not gonna be here before the holiday of next week, you know what I mean. Yeah. I want to tell all y'all fathers, happy Father's Day.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Thank you, bro. Thank you.
Yep. All right.
Much respect.
But now, as a culture, as a nation of people, listen here. The government has given us 2 days out of the year to show our power. And we don't utilize those 2 days to show our power. I'm speaking of the one that's coming up Monday, Juneteenth, which most of us don't even know what the heck it is. And that's a shame within itself. And Martin Luther King Day. due to the fact that neither one of these days is paid holidays. Most of us don't even celebrate. But listen, we gotta look at it like this here. When I was in elementary school, Memorial Day wasn't a paid holiday. We used to have to go to school on Memorial Day. Until my second grade year, I showed my butt.
Yeah.
And the third grade year, we was out of school for Memorial Day. And it's a paid holiday. Due to the fact that we don't celebrate, we won't stay home from work on those days, they don't see those in power that be don't see the significance of making it a regular, real holiday. I mean, you got to realize we've been celebrating Juneteenth for 200 years. They just made it a federal holiday, a real holiday, last year.
Yeah, that's what my cousin was telling me.
So you saying basically our jobs need to recognize that and let us be off with a paid day.
Well, here it is. They ain't got to give you a paid day if you're not on one of those jobs where give you PTO or you got a cure vacation time that you can use for that day. However, it's not against the youth. They can't say nothing to you because 10 of y'all call up there, call in saying, I'm an observant of Juneteenth. I'm not coming to work today. You see what I'm saying? They can't do nothing about that because it's a federal holiday.
Yeah,
that's real.
But it's not a paid holiday. It's just we don't recognize it at all as a whole. We don't recognize, oh man, shoot, I can't miss that day. That's gonna mess up my check.
Well,
3 days later, you call in because you want to go to the club and you can't goddamn get to work. But you can't call in for something that's gonna benefit you down the line.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you can't miss that day for something important.
Priorities, that's right.
And a lot of people don't know about that holiday that he's talking about, man, and that's real. A lot of people don't know about that, and it's sad.
I mean, it's not something that we promote enough. I mean, when I was growing, I grew up in Zion Hill Missionary Baptist Church. Every year there was a celebration there.
For Juneteenth?
For Juneteenth, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Martin Luther King and any other thing.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
They celebrate their blackness up in there.
That's real. That's good.
Absolutely.
But I become an adult in Juneteenth. What's that? None of my homeboys know what it is. They couldn't tell you about the Emancipation Proclamation.
Yeah, that's true.
Or the fact that it took 2 years before the last slaves was freed before word got to them in Galveston, Texas, which marks the day of Juneteenth.
Which marks the day of Juneteenth.
The way I see it, it's 2022 and we still on the plantation.
Yeah.
We still on the plantation. Only difference is they ain't got that whip.
Absolutely. It's another form. You better believe it, man. That's a whole nother subject, though, Cypher. You going a little too deep.
I save it for next week. How they got us enslaved and mentally enslaved.
Yes, sir. That's real, man.
Well, I guess that Juneteenth would have been our reparations then.
Well, actually, see, just like how they gave us civil rights, I'm waiting. Stop. Because y'all know they were really marching for human rights. And in the beginning, they were fighting for human rights, and they gave us some watered down, colorized civil rights in the end. You see what I'm saying? Just like we were doing all these protests about BLM, Black Lives Matter.
Yeah.
And they okay, well, we're gonna give y'all this holiday. We're gonna make this a federal holiday, which don't do nothing for us really. You know what I mean? Just give us some time to say, oh, I can call in today
Right,
and
right,
enjoy the
right.
barbecue. Cause you can believe I'm calling in. I'm gonna be home.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure, for sure.
Your friend up in Jacksonville say, "What's up? What's happening, fellas?" Gary, y'all know Gary.
What's
What's
going
up?
on, Gary? What's going on, Gary?
Gary? Appreciate you watching. Appreciate you tuning in.
My former UPS man.
Yes, sir. That's him. You know him, Edwards.
Hey, that's good, God. That's good.
Yes, sir. Y'all tuned in to Grown Man Podcast, man. You really show when you need to know, man. Thank y'all so much for tuning in and for watching, man.
Hey, man.
Knowledge in this segment, man. Any of you guys got anything else for the people while they're watching and tuned in?
Hey, man, I just want to let you know I appreciate it, man. You know, taking the time out your busy day, coming to hear what we got to say, man. You know, if you lend us your ear, you might like something you hear. You know, straight up. Y'all boys be easy. You know, I love y'all. And make your next move your best move, young man, because you will be held accountable for everything you do. Gangsta
right.
gone, man. I love y'all, man. I'm out.
All right.
Yes, sir.
That's what's up, gangster. We sure appreciate your info, man, and your input, man. Elvis, you got anything else for the people, man? Any knowledge or wisdom you want to give to the youth or to your people out there that's listening, brother?
I just want to say thank you guys for having me on your show. I always catch it and get to hear you guys talk, and it's a pleasure being on your show and to see black males continue on doing something positive and being able to share with your knowledge and to get it out there to the viewers, and that means a lot, because you can always there's nothing to keep your knowledge to yourself do no good, right? So to keep knowledge to yourself doesn't win for anybody, but to share it, to share your knowledge can inspire more people. So, man, if in life I learned that if you keep things to yourself and greed and thinking you're going to get ahead, you never get ahead that way. You only get ahead by giving and spreading knowledge and caring for others, and you guys doing that. And the more you guys do it, the more you guys going to get blessed. So thank you guys for what you're doing, and I appreciate you having me. I'm supposed to be some kind of superhero or whatever, but you guys just as well, man, because you guys continue to do what you do. So every hard work I have done, you guys there right with me, not behind me, but beside me. So y'all keep it up, and I appreciate you having me. Thank you.
That's what's up.
All right.
Appreciate you, Maurice.
That's
Yes,
what's
sir.
up.
Yes, sir.
You're doing a great job out there.
Well, thank you. I appreciate you guys. Thank you again for having me.
Absolutely. You're more than welcome, man. I'm gonna close it out with this, man, and this kind of wraps up the whole show into one big ball, man. The way y'all kind of got it was awesome, man. Proverbs 11:24 through 25. That's coming out of the King James Version of the Bible for those who's out there listening. Just a little segment. Rich generosity. This is a characteristic of myself, which is where I'm going, which is what kind of draw me to this segment. So rich generosity. I think more people should be this way. I think the world would be a better place. But so you give, yet you receive more. Okay, and this is a little bit deeper than money, just like it was just said. Knowledge. You give, yet you receive more. You are generous, yet you are made rich. The principle is puzzling. Look at the number of organizations like the Shriner Hospital, Ronald McDonald Charities, Jews Hospital. They give away free services to children in the need of serious help. And they give generously of their services, but they receive abundantly from others to further fund their giving of more services to others. So the principle actually works. Generosity makes you rich. Many people think of generosity as giving money. But generosity is giving of yourself. It's making what you have to offer available to others, and that can be more than just money. And at some times, don't get it twisted, it is money at times. Money helps. It helps. Whatever you have in your hand can be offered. Florida had a hurricane 3 years back. I'm gonna go past that, but so basically, what you have to offer is of value to someone, whether it is as simple as water or extravagant as a new car. Always find ways to become more generous. You can expect to be blessed at the same time.
And you know what?
Yes, sir.
Now I'm gonna show you how that worked today.
Okay.
Did you know all that was coming through the door? That stuff that right there?
No, sir.
See?
No, I didn't know that.
See, but look what you're reading about.
Right.
This is how it operates. This is how it works.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
Now you can put whatever name on it, how you want to put a name on it.
Mm-hmm.
Just know that it's there.
It works. Yeah.
See what I'm saying?
We
So, and that's just how it manifested. That's what I'm trying to show you, the manifestation of generosity.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. There's a lot of things that's manifesting in our lives these days as we speak it and we focus on it. It's amazing.
It's coming fast.
It's amazing what's happening.
I'm telling y'all, it's coming fast.
Mm-hmm.
They got satellites up there trying to stop it, but it ain't gonna stop it. It's a powerful force. It's gonna do what it need to do.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you caught in the way and you ain't on the right wavelength, it might blow you out the doggone wall.
I want to say thank you so much for tuning in to all my guests, man. Y'all tuned in to Grown Men Podcast, where you get the realest truth. Right here out of Orlando, Florida, man. Grown Men Podcast, broadcasting out of Higher Power Miracle of Faith Church, downtown Orlando, where we broadcast every Tuesday night at 7:30. The realest show when you need to know. When you get information and direction where you can take with you in the future and pass on. So thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for watching. We appreciate you. God bless you and your family. Until next time, we'll see you guys next Tuesday. We out.
Peace.
Peace.
Grown Men Podcast. Grown Men Podcast. Grown Men Podcast. Grown Men Podcast. You know what it is. Grown Men Podcast.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, in the Rock House.